Andy Leslie with Great Lakes RaceCraft out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We specialize in supercharged Kawasaki's and Suzuki's in the road racing and drag racing world. You can look us up on Facebook via VMS Racing / Great Lakes RaceCraft, or me personally, Andy Leslie at Facebook.
Your typical customers are professional racers, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What about an individual who, I mean, I'm sure if they're paying, right? But I mean, an individual who just, I want more power out of my bike. I mean, do you have a good amount of those people as well, or not so much because it's expensive?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do?
Absolutely. We're horsepower junkies ourselves, and we don't deprive anybody of it.
Wow. And you're based in Michigan, you said, right?
Yes.
What's the bike scene like in Michigan? What kind of bikes are popular? Like, how do people ride there? Is it a lot of like Hayabusa type bikes or the 600s? Like, what do they like up there?
In the area I'm in, there's a lot of the 600s, and there's a fair amount of the Hayabusa crowd. There's a few ZX14s running around here on the west side of the state. The east side of the state, over in the Detroit area, is a little bit different. It's a pretty good, healthy mix of leader bikes and Busas and ZX14s, and the grudge race scene over there is a far bit larger than it is over here in general.
There's this new Ninja H2 that's coming out, and nobody wants to know, what's this bike going to be like? Now, the original H2 was a triple 750 bike, which I believe had a nice name of the Widowmaker. I mean, that's not the Kawasaki name, of course, but apparently it was a little bit of a wild motorcycle. Have you heard anything about that bike?
Yeah, that's actually one of my all-time favorite motorcycles. Those things were, being a two-stroke, they're what everybody would call pipey, to where, once you got them up in RPM, you pretty much had to just hang on to the handlebars and hope you're going in the right direction.
What did it sound like? I mean, a triple engine.
It just a really unique sound, especially with big expansion chambers on them. It basically sounded like three very angry bumblebees. Anything
like a Daytona, the Triumph?
No, the Daytona Triumph is, being a four-stroke's got a real low tone to it, a real grumble to it. The old H2s were more pipey, more high-pitched sounds, very, very distinctive. There's nothing else on earth that pretty much sounds like the old H2s. Those things they're pretty radical sounding. If
you were to guess, why do you think Kawasaki stopped making that bike?
It was kind of a sign of the times, Suzuki had their Water Buffalo 750, which did not perform anything near what the H2 did. It was just a big, oversized bike, way too heavy. Just a two-stroke thing really didn't catch on in the U.S. Honda had great success with the NSRs over in Europe and Germany through the late 80s and through the 90s, but just in the States after the mid-late 70s, it just really never caught on here in the U.S.
What do you think that is? Why didn't it catch on, in your opinion?
It's hard to say. The U.S. were definitely were a different breed than the rest of the world. I think as far as adding premix oil and a lot of the maintenance that went on with those bikes, your typical rider isn't really it's not really the forte for the maintenance.
We don't know much about this bike, but we know it's the H2, and the H2 was originally this triple bike, and it was supercharged. We saw the supercharged engine in Tokyo, right? So they showed the supercharged engine, and now the latest video they actually showed they mentioned supercharged super sport engine or something to that effect. So I think it's pretty much official. It's going to be a supercharged bike.
This Tuesday, September 23rd, we're going to have Ricky Gatson live right here on Carlyle's Picks. So if you have any questions, you want to go ahead and click on the link right here and go ahead and look at the video. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a Q&A button. Click on that button. That's the only place to ask questions. Click on that button. It'll open up the question and answer module. Go in there and ask your question so I can ask Ricky Gatson just for you. September 30th, we are going to be releasing the official details of the Kawasaki Ninja H2. The amazing new motorcycle, which is supercharged and is absolutely going to supercharge the motorcycle industry. Well, we're going to give you all the details on the bike right here on Carlyle's Picks and Your Fast Life. So you definitely want to subscribe to both channels to get the exclusive details on this motorcycle as it's revealed on the 30th. Additionally, I'm working on a video, a head-to-head with my favorite bike, the Daytona 675R, and the Suzuki GSX-R 750, another legend. Which one's better? Find out on your Fast Life.